Looks like the horn's dying, people. Let's play this first. We'll get into this video. Welcome. Hit the like button. Come leave a comment. This is a fair use disclaimer in case these guys come over and try to like strike my channel or something. Fair use. And this is just my opinion. Hold on a second. Let it go through. I'll say hi to the chat in a second. I gotta go share this on my other channel.
2 messages and
all right, hold on a second. As you all know, that's Whiny Bill. And this is the channel. I linked this channel in the description. So, dude, don't try to come strike me. This is Taking Action with Chris Columbo. His channel link is in the description if you want to give him a sub or something. What's up, Craig? Seymour, Com, Donald, what's going down? Hope everybody's having a good day. Doing this video here because I don't like informants. I don't like rats. I fucking hate them. And especially rats like this. You know, if a rat wants to go rat on people and disappear into the fucking dregs of society, all right, go ahead, you rat bastard. But when you come on YouTube and you call other people rats and you team up with doxers who put people's families up, and this is all Bill Cutolo who does that. What's up, Twisted T? Mobland, Joey, what's up? Then you come out here and try to act like, I didn't want to rat. This guy was on the channel. Bill Cutolo was on the channel with all the rats last year. I'm actually, matter of fact, they were laughing at Stephen Creer and Maddie Madonna and Caldwell and Londanio for all going to jail behind some lying informants. They were all laughing at that. He was on there with all those other stool pigeons, raving the rat flag, very proud to be a rat last year. All of a sudden, Whiny Bill has a change of heart. All of a sudden, and I don't know if this guy Chris Columbo knew that or not, or if he cares. But dude, if you don't like rats, you don't like rats. You can't pick and choose what rats you do like. You know, either you like informants or you don't. And I'm just letting this guy know that. I don't know if you know, but Bill Cutolo, obviously, you know he's an informant. Do you know he was on YouTube just 7 months ago, calling me a rat? Number one, which is ridiculous, calling other people rats. He hangs out in all the other rats platforms. They were actually even helping people dox people's family members and shit like that. Bill Cutolo is not a nice guy. He's a dirty little rat who couldn't get nowhere in the little rat circle. So he goes around to these stand-up guys, are good people, and tries to get them to help him. So it's like either you like rats or you don't, right? You can't pick and choose which informants are okay, because then you really don't like informants. This guy, Chris Columbo's father, was a great guy, and Bill Cutolo's father was a great guy. R.I.P. Wild Bill, but not Whiny Bill. Whiny Bill is not Wild Bill. Two different people. One's a disgusting rat, and the other one was a good stand-up guy. You know, I'm going to play this video and not going to play the whole video, but give my reaction to it. Like I said, I guess he's got this channel right here. I don't know who his partners are or nothing, but I got to share this on my channel. Hold on a second. I can't see the chat right now, so. But we'll get right into it. Let me just go to my channel and share this. All right, here it is. Yeah, I found this very odd. I was going to make a video about this a while ago, but I just lost it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the video. Hold on a second. All right, there it is, live. This is the pure, this is hypocrisy right here. This is just hypocrisy. And if Chris Columbo does hear this, I don't know if he will or not, rethink this shit, man. Helping these informants is not good because you're helping this Rat Bill. Rat Bill's going to help Rat Phil, Rat Ted, Rat Fred, and you're just helping informants. Like I said, Bill just last year was on all these rats channels that dox and put up people's dead family members, right? Crank call people's families, the whole fucking nine. Let's see what's up to the chat. What's up, Montauk? Roscoe, James, what's going on? Yanks, Mandy, Angela, Jason, what's up, everybody? Shout out to William Wallace for sending me this because I lost it a while ago. I had it. Joe, what's going down? And the part I seen, I only seen a little part of it where like Chris was kind of scolding Whiny Bill. I'm not gonna call him Wild Bill because that was his father, who was a good man. He was like saying, like giving Whiny Bill the third degree and stuff like that. Like what you did was bad. Whiny Bill's like, yeah, I know. Totally different from what Whiny Bill said last year, 7 months ago. Fucking weirdos. I just don't want any stand-up person, a good guy, is not a stool pigeon. And the guy Chris Columbo is not a rat stool pigeon. He's like one of those reality TV people. Not for me, but it's not my type of thing. But he's not a rat scumbag. But that's why it blows my mind from who his dad is, and he's not a rat. Why would you help these rats? Janie, what's up? Seymour Scagnetti, great pro officer. But let's get into this.
These two guys have a long running history, but they haven't spoken in a very long time. And at this point, I'm going to now welcome both of them to the stage. I'm going to take a back seat and let Bill explain how you got in touch with Chris.
Okay.
There he is, Fire Marshal Bill, Whiny Bill. This guy's such a fucking hypocrite. He's going to let him tell it.
Well, I have been trying to reach Chris probably, I want to say, since I got onto social media. I think it was about 2010.
So he was trying to reach him the whole time. Chris, you should have never answered this guy. You should have treated him like the leprous scumbag he is. Because once, especially someone like yourself with a good dad like you had, such a good man, shout out to his dad for the Italian Civil Rights League and all that stuff. By you helping this rat bastard, it's going to make other people want to help these rat bastards. Bad move.
And 2011.
What's up, Paulie?
Just little texts, back channels, Facebook, Instagram,
Look,
and they were very short.
He couldn't get a hold of Chris, so know what he did? He jumped on with all the other informants and doxers that put up people's children. He was in that in the Rippers chat too. He was all with all the people putting up people's family members, all kinds of shit. This guy is the epitome of a whiny little bitch. He is a snitch bitch.
I miss you. I love you.
I miss you. I love you. What the fuck? Get a fucking life, dude.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And
Why don't you go say sorry to the people you told on? You sorry about that? You can't take that back. What is sorry? It's a fucking word that means absolutely nothing to the elk of these creatures.
the reason why I say sorry is because Chris was and is a brother to me. He was like a second father to me, to be
Yeah, but you threw that all away when you became a rat bastard, in my opinion.
perfectly honest with you. He never led me in the wrong direction.
What's up, Co-Train?
So anyway, I reached out quite a few times.
And he ignored you like a leper, which he should have done. He should have kept ignoring you. You should not platform these rat bastards. They're no good. And like I said, 6 months ago, ever hear of Mob Talk Radio? This guy's one of his supporters. Another rat bastard, doxer, puts up dead people's families. Just another fucking rat lover.
And I even said at one point, and I hope Chris doesn't mind that I share this, I did say, I know we cannot speak. And that's something that I have been carrying around with me until, I want to say, maybe about a month ago, a little over a month.
What's he talking about? He was on YouTube 6 months ago, 7 months ago, calling me a rat. He was saying that I was an informant. It's like, what the fuck? So these rat bastards jump on calling other people informants who are not informants. There's no proof of that whatsoever. This guy is a fucking pansy, dude.
No, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Let me go back just a little. Chris dropped 1 or 2 messages, and the messages just said, I miss your father. And
well, R.I.P. to both their fathers. We should have done what Joey Marlino did. When Dominic Sicali messaged him, you know what Joey said to him? I don't deal with rats. Shout out to Joey Marlino.
guys, just so you know, whenever someone can speak to me like that about
What's up, Carol? What's up, Red?
my father, it kind of gets me right in my heart, and it gets me right in my throat. and it just brought me back to all the years that I spent with Chris. And finally, he
Yeah, dude, but you threw that all away. When you became an informant, you threw that all away. And my point of this video is, why help these rats? Or you can't say you don't like informants or rats. Just gonna say I don't like certain ones, right?
responded, and he let me know that he spoke to my dad, and my dad came through to him in a dream, and asked him to reach out to me. And so he did. And not only did he mention reach out to my son, but to look out for his grandchildren. And,
Well, nobody should hate the grandkids or even Cutolo's children. They have nothing to do with their dad. Just because their dad's a rat, that doesn't mean they're bad people.
I don't believe in coincidences at all, guys, at all. I believe that everything in this world, in this beautiful universe.
Well, maybe Chris should look at the videos you did a year ago. Maybe Chris should see those videos you were doing a year ago where you were waving the rat flag, giggling with all the other stool pigeons on there, laughing at the guy, Matty Madonna and Stephen Crea and Caldwell and Londonio for all getting railroaded by Frank Rat Squire and that scumbag Panisi. I hate these rats, man. They're just no good people. They're just not good people. And here's whiny Bill flip-flopping, right? Like I said, 7 months ago, he was waving that rat flag, loving every minute of it, up there with all the other rat bastards.
That everything happens for a reason. So when we got to talking finally, Chris let me know, I'm not happy with what you did.
It's not exactly that way. I'll tell you what it was. You said
this is the guy, Chris. I guess this is Joe Columbo's son. Joe Columbo was a good man. He was the Italian Civil Rights League dude and was murdered in like the 70s by some scumbag. R.I.P. to Joe Columbo and Wild Bill, not Whiny Bill, Wild Bill Cutolo, who was a great man.
All your messages in the past came from a
you could use the word tortured.
You gotta remember, I know you a long time. I knew you before your father.
Yeah.
That's actually true. Because you hung out with my mentor's son and Rudy's son, and later on I met your father, right? And
yes, he was, Red. Somebody in my comment section right now is saying he was in Piggy's chat cheerleading all the doxing scummy shit. Yes, he was. Last year around this time, whiny Bill Cutolo was cheering on people, looking up people's family members, trying to fucking frame people as rats and informants. The guy's a scumbag. But now he's trying to pull on Chris's heartstrings over here to help him and make money on YouTube. Whiny Bill, you are a disgusting human being.
Read the message. So I was never mad or disappointed and hurt. It's not a path I would take. It's not a path I trained my son to take.
Well then, Chris, why even deal with this guy? Why give him any light to come on here and share his channel or help him in any way when he's just going to go bring on a bunch of other stool pigeons, do stool pigeon shit? No, he's no good. He's an informant. He should be shunned because this is telling every other informant that all you're going to do is act like a little baby and cry and say, my daddy this and that and cry and fucking what? Everybody's going to forgive you? No consequences whatsoever for putting people in jail?
And it wounded me when you care about someone, because I knew what it would do to your life and your father's name. And that's what wounded me the most.
Yeah, he made that bat spot on his father's name. Now, his father was a great guy. Bill Cutolo Sr. was a great guy. But he did that, and there should be consequences from it. You should be shunned, and you should never be dealt with again when you become an informant. you become a rat, you should be never dealt with. No one should help you. No one should feel bad and give you platform. Especially, like I said, when this guy just last year was fucking encouraging, fucking calling people informants. He was on there with 6 other mob rats or would-be mob rats. Like, come on, man.
Because your father was a man at anybody's standard. Smart, tough, businessman, grandfather, good leader, generous, altruistic, magnanimous. I watched him for charity give more for children's leukemia, and I used to wake up watch him break down in tears. Him and I got, him and I were very, very close. So, and that was the major reason that I would have no good words to say to you.
Wait, putting whose family? So wait, who did Crying Bill tell on? Are you saying he told on Chris's family? Chris Columbo's family? Somebody in the chat saying, I don't know who Whiny Bill told on. I forget who the people he ratted on. It was a long time ago when I checked him out. Let me see. This ain't just any rat. This guy is the one who put his family away, and he is basically saying sorry to Cutolo. Did he put his family away? It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter who they told on. Nobody should deal with this guy. Once you become an informant, anybody from those neighborhoods who grew up in neighborhoods like we did and around fucking dudes like we did should not talk to these people or be their friend. Now, my video right here is not a video to hate on fucking this guy's channel. I put the link in the description to his channel, but I just totally disagree what he's doing right here. Totally disagree with this. And this is wrong. This is actually fucking wrong. And you are helping the rats by doing this.
Or for you. But, however, I don't think there's any more that I can say. I'll tell you the story the way it went. I read Nancy, how do you work this stupid thing out?
What are we looking for?
I don't know how to do anything on Facebook. I almost posted a picture of my ass that got cut up. I don't even know what I'm doing.
What did he just say? Is it ass that got cut?
Not Anthony, I'm screwed. Anyway, just find Billy and do me a favor. Read the text that he sent to me. And this is what
phony you are, Whiny Bill.
I respond.
Why do I call him Whiny Bill? Because he's always crying. He's always crying. He'd be like, hi, my name is Bill Cutolo, and I just ordered a Big Mac and a Coca-Cola and fries. I just ordered some French fries. Like, what the fuck? Can you do anything without crying? I get you talking about your dad, you're going to cry. I get that, right? But, geez, this guy's always crying, man. He should have a handkerchief with him always.
I told him I want to tell you why.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, good. Why don't you read it?
Want me to read it? Okay.
Yes. All his other texts were, would you hurt me? Or
what?
Are you mad at me?
Would you hurt me? So Bill Cutolo sending Chris fucking inboxes, will you hurt me? What? Why would he even, what's that even mean? That's some rat trap going down over there? Was he hoping that Chris said, yeah, I'd punch you in the nose or something? Then he'd run to the feds?
Or stronger towards certain people and certain things with his frustration and aggravation. And to be honest with you, my beliefs in what he did are my core wrong.
All right, if your beliefs in what he did is a core wrong, and those are your core beliefs, wow, come on, Chris. How the hell can you be platforming this guy more than once? This is the first time they did a video together. He's got like 5 videos with this guy on there. It's like, come on, dude. Come on.
I understand his motivation. I don't think if you gave Billy life an electric chair, he would have done what he did. And what I was most sad about is he didn't come to me and speak to me before he did what happened. Like, I used to get him out of a lot of trouble, a lot. I was like his lawyer between him and his father later on, because I understood him. And I never, ever wanted anybody to be me. And his attitude was on a path in the shadow of his father, and his father wanted better for him.
Yeah, his father, the guy's up in heaven, very disappointed in his son. His son became a rat bastard. And not only just some rat bastard who ran off into the wilderness and never came out, popping his head up, laughing at people in jail, like he was laughing at Matty Madonna in jail, and Creer and Caldwell and Mondonio and those guys. He thought that was a hoot. Last year, he was giggling. He loved it. He thought it was hilarious. He thought it was funny that people were putting people's family members up on YouTube and calling people rats and stuff. This guy is putting on a show. He's putting on an act for him. He's putting on an act for Chris. Disgusting. Disgusting. Thank you, Paulie. I appreciate that, man. Thanks. Why is Chris entertaining him? It's purely about money and ethics. Yes, James, I agree. Why is Chris, if Chris Columbo's beliefs are, I don't like informants, well, Bill's an informant. But I guess they can make content and make money out here. So money and content over core principles and beliefs. Sad. But that's all you got to do to make it on here, I guess, right? You got to throw your beliefs and integrity out the window. Well, not for everyone.
And, you know, he really pushed the envelope. He did. And
Pushed the envelope. He put people in jail. He fucking burnt the envelope. He fucking set it on fire. And see, this guy is such a phony. If I'd never seen him before or nothing like that, I've seen this guy in the channels, but all these fucking stool pigeons, giggling, laughing at the people who are in jail, big upping why they ratted and all that fucking, ugh. Yeah, he's part of the rat squad, Cutolo. And one of his favorite people to watch is Jeffrey Lohman. Another little fink. These people are fucking cringe.
you know, I wish I could have done a better job of being around them, because
That's not your fault.
if
Listen,
I could have,
dude, that's not your fault, Chris. That's not your fault. He became a rat bastard. Don't put that in your. I could have done better. He's a grown fucking man. He's a grown fucking man. As much as he wants to cry like a sissy, as much as he wants to cry like a little pansy up here, he's a grown man. There's nothing you could have done to stop Whiny Bill for doing Whiny Bill's little fucking rat moves.
spoken with him, he wouldn't be doing what he did. I guarantee it.
And not what he did, what he does. He's been, like I said, he was on people's channels a year ago. Because what is a rat? People will try to put fake wires on people. You know what a fake wire is, right? Whisper campaign, going around calling other people informants and shit. That's what Whiny Bill was doing 7 months ago.
And I'm not saying I would have hurt him. I would never hurt him, but I could reach him. And
Reach him. No, nobody should hurt him. I'm not saying that. You should ignore him. You should not want to hurt these people and all that, but you should ignore them. Like, you got a big platform here. You don't need this guy. Why the fuck have him on there? He's a no good informant.
you know, like his father did, I had no agenda, other than friendship and love. And read the thing. This is why I returned the call and why we're doing it here. I come to find out that he had reached out for one of the kids who used to hang out was in entertainment, Kevin, and Wade many times, and I'm friendly with Wade. And if there was going to be a conversation, I don't believe in clandestine meetings or hiding anything. I like to give my true approach.
But my thing is, Chris, why do you have to have a conversation with an informant? Why do you have? I don't understand what's there to talk about. I get that you were friends with his dad. His dad was a great man. I get you were friends with him before he went bad. But he went bad. He went bad and became an informant, and then jumped on YouTube and was laughing at guys who were doing prison, who were set up by lying informants, Frank Rat Squad, John Ghostboy Panisi. Those are his boys. Those are his friends. And also, I don't know if you know what doxing is, Chris. Doxing is like looking up people's family members, their underage nieces and nephews, and putting them up on screen. That's what he was doing with his friends just 6 months ago.
How I feel. And not only that, like I say, and the things I say, if I can save one person, and I think if you read the text, it says the example, and I'll explain the dream. Go ahead.
Yeah. My brother Chris, I so miss you. I still hear your laughter and your hugs. I miss our conversations. And Christopher, I hope he is doing well. I miss Joe S. Chris, I cannot tell you how much I suffer inside. I hate myself for my actions that I took. Maybe one day we can speak. I say nothing to anyone. My number.
He said he hates the actions he did. Really? When did that come on? Within the last 6 months? Because, like I said, 7, 8 months ago, you had no problem with what you did. Like I said, you were up on screen with all the other informants, laughing at people in jail. Me specifically calling me a rat. You were calling me a rat and an informant. Well, my name's Nicholas Colacone. Go look me up. I'm no fucking informant. But this guy had no problem going on there calling me and other people informants who were not informants. Him and all his rat friends.
I won't give out. Use it if you choose, but just between us, drop me a text so I know. I do not answer
Hey, these rat bastards all want to pull on people's heartstrings and shit and try to forgive me. I didn't like what I did. I made a mistake. Bullshit. Rats are born, bro. Rats are born. You are born a rat. You were born with that weakness and that turncoat shit in you. You were born with that shit.
I do not recognize, sending you and the whole family my heart, my light, and all my blessings from our tables to yours.
In the past, every message that he had sent to me was from a protagonistic, I did the right thing point of view.
Yeah, so he's just saying that whiny Bill over here was, I did the right thing, sent a message, I did the right thing, and all of a sudden now he did the wrong thing. Come on.
And I just can't stand behind that because I know that's not what his father wanted. And
all right, then why are you standing by him now? He hurt other people. He put other people in jail. And he commiserates with other stool pigeons all the time. What's up, Damien? What's up, bro? Man, this shit's annoying. That's why shout out to the real ones out there like Marlino and JTP, people who will not befriend any stool pigeons. You know, I don't care if you grew up with the guy. If one of my best friends right now, one of my best friends told on somebody, that's it, man. I'm not your friend no more. Once you become an informant, I don't want to talk to you. Our friendship, no matter how close we was, how tight we was, that shit's gone. That's all thrown out the window. Once you become an informant, that's thrown out the window. What's up, KD? That's thrown right out the fucking window. You can never trust a rat. No. What's up, Kirk? That shit's all thrown out the window. All that friendship, family, all that love, that's thrown right out the window. Now, you can still love his children and stuff. I get that, because they're Wild Bill's grandkids. I get that. You were friends with the dad, but you should not deal with this guy or talk to this guy. You are platforming him right here, and he's going to platform other stool pigeons like he's been doing. Whiny Bill's going to put all his other rat friends on. I just don't get it how these guys can come out here and say they don't like rats. There's so much against it. It's like Jeff Lohman, that liar who said he was Ram Petriaka's grandson. He told everybody he hates rats. He has a disdain for them. He hates them. But yet he goes and hangs with them. It's amazing.
Knew that the reality would set in. And it's wrong. It's wrong. And it's not wrong for the reasons that people want to say from a criminal standpoint. It's wrong because it destroys your family.
Yeah, being a rat, you don't have to be a criminal not to like rats, dude. Rats are no good. We're taught as little kids. Nobody likes a tattletale. Your teachers tell you that. Your mom and dad, nobody likes a tattletale, right? No, once they become informants, you should not ever give them the time of fucking day. Ever.
It's wrong because it betrays friendships. It's wrong biblically.
Yeah.
And it seems to be an accepted thing today.
Yes, it's and Chris, all due respect, you're accepting it right here. You're accepting his ratting, right? Like, you can't say, I really hate informants. They're really bad. Ratting's bad. But you know what? Bill's crying a lot, and Bill's very sad, and Bill's very sorry he told on people. So let's bring Bill into the fold and help him get subscribers. Let's help legitimize this rat bastard with the teeth the FBI gave him.
I'll tell some of my stories on how hard they tried to flip me. I know what it's like to lose a father. I know what it's like to lose a grandfather.
Man, you didn't. They tried to make you rat. You didn't flip. You didn't go rat on people, but Bill did, and Bill should be shunned for that.
Never in my life would I choose that option?
And good for you. But you're making a huge mistake right here by embracing this informant.
And I think Billy has come to terms that it was
Oh,
not.
put on the tears, Bill. Put on the tears. Put on the waterworks. Come on, let the Hoover Dam open, Bill. This guy is a manipulating bastard. He is no good, cum. He's a manipulator, a liar, and a rat. Like I said, 6-7 months ago, last year around this time, he was on all those little fuckboys channels, all those clowns channels, laughing at people in jail, calling people rats, Trump putting fake wires on people, calling me an informant, right? He was in the chats as they're putting up my little family members of my family, other people's families. He loved it. He thought it was fucking hilarious. He thought it was great. But here he is trying to rehabilitate himself with his fucking tears. The only weapon he has is his tears. And maybe his pussy.
Not a proper option.
Look at the face. Look at him hyperventilating. Let me put on a great acting show for Chris. Let me put on my fucking theater dress for Chris Columbo. I put on my theater dress and I cry so much he might like me.
That is my only motivation here. And if I could save one kid out there, because we haven't.
I don't understand who he's trying to. I don't know who. What does he mean by this? Who's he trying to save? I'm trying to understand who he's trying to save right here. I don't get it.
Informants betray God, their country, children, and they make them think it's some kind of crazy violence, an insanity, and they don't tell the truth. Don't tell the truth. Matter of fact, I have Lyme disease. I'm dead man.
Oh, Bill still don't tell the truth. When you talk to Bill next, ask him about calling me a rat, calling others a rat. Ask him about laughing at Matty Madonna being in jail and Stephen Crea being in jail and the other two guys, Caldwell and Landanio. See if he'll tell you the truth about that. Ask him about being with all the other informants in their chats, laughing at people's little nephews and nieces and dead mothers going up, dead family members going up. See if he'll tell you the truth on that. Bet you he won't. Bet you I can show you the receipts.
I'm walking. I died a few times. And I'll tell you how even the feds came to me at my lowest point. And I think, Wade, you've been there. When it heats up, I get very excited. And then my brain, the spirochete goes when there's frustration.
What's up, Peter? And good for Chris right here. They tried to break him, the feds, and he didn't tell on nobody. He was at a bad point in his life. He didn't tell on nobody, but Whiny Bill did. And Whiny Bill should be shunned for that. Like, come on, you're supposed to reward good behavior, not bad behavior, right? This is a terrible precedent you're setting right here by befriending this informant right here. Not cool.
This goes to inflammation. And I curse it like Tourette's. I mean, we witnessed this with the Sammy South Policey thing. But I don't want to stand curse. I don't curse. I don't like cursing. Matter of fact,
wait, you can still hear Bill crying now. It's the thing's not even the videos, the camera's not even on Whiny Bill, and you can hear him crying and sobbing. Jesus, man.
It was explained to me there's no cursing in heaven, so I don't think I'll get aggravated there. Anyway, when I hit this gong, every bad thing you could think about that I feel or explain, that's what it's saying. So, because I don't.
Yeah, but that gong, it might take away feeling, but you can't take away him telling on people and putting people in jail. There's no Kong or special wish or prayer that can let that go, right? Definitely not.
Empower negativity. I don't like to curse, especially when there's women and children.
Well, negativity, bro, this guy that you got on right now is a fucking dirty, negative rat bastard. Like who I just told you was on all these rats channels last year, 7-8 months ago, calling people rats, putting people's family members up, laughing at it in the chats. Why people are putting people's dead family members up. Dead family members.
And matter of fact, when you die a couple of times, I'll tell you a quick story when he says about the dream. After Billy had sent me that text, Anthony, you know this for a fact. My brother Vinny had a dream about my father. And Vinny's 11 years old, and me, my only brother that's still alive. I had a dream. My father came to me and says, tell Vinny to go check his heart. He was serious in the way he talked. My father never pointed at you. He went like this. As if thought pointing was disrespectful. So I knew the dream had some merit. So I said, Vinny, go check your heart, Dad. He says, Chris, I just had you were there for this. I just had a physical. I'm fine. He says, I have no symptoms. Goes to the doctor. They do a stress test. Goes back, said everything's fine. They do an EKG. I send them back. Then he comes back. They do a nuclear stress test. Everything's fine. I said, then go get the cardiac catheterization. Doctor says I can't authorize it unless this. I said, I'll pay for it. Sure enough, it comes back. He has one artery completely closed.
Wow.
The other three over 85%.
Wow.
He would have just vapor locked at some point.
Yeah.
So he had to have open heart surgery. And it was very,
Wow,
very.
the EKG didn't pick that up. None of that shit picked that up. Wow. I'm glad your brother's okay. God bless him.
Very real dream.
What's up, Joe Delamora? Baby love, agnostic. What's up, Donald?
Very real dream. And in this dream that I had, it was not just your father. My father was there too. They're together. And
There's one. Watch Ronnie Bill.
your father said, he said, my son needs to explain that's not what I raised him to do.
But
And I
he
think
did
he
it. But he did it, though. I get it. You had a dream, and Bill's father was a great guy who you knew and was friends with and stuff, but he did that. He did it. And he should pay for it. You should pay for it. I mean, there's consequences out there for things you do in life, right? There are consequences for things you do. And one of the consequences of being an informant and a rat and hurting people is you should be shunned. You should be shunned. Nobody should hurt you and nothing like that. But you should be shunned. You should not be embraced by decent folk. By stand-up guys should not embrace you. Shame on those guys who do embrace these informants.
recognizes that. And not to give in to hate.
Wait, did he just say he recognizes he did wrong? Jesus Christ. Did he recognize that last year? No, you didn't, Whiny Bill.
Hatred to the point that it makes you less than who you are. And that's the message. That's what I was told. So when you're asked to talk to me and you're asked to speak to me, I I'm not a clandestine guy. I believe in what I believe. I do what's right if that has consequences.
Someone said his father wasn't called Wild Bill. That was a newspaper name. Well, that's what most of these government officials and newspaper people do. They give you fake names, fake nicknames and shit, you know? I'm not from New York. I don't know I'm a Providence guy. I only knew people from Providence. So when the names come up, I think that's their name. But yeah, they lie about their names. Well, his father, Bill Cutolo Sr., was a good guy. And you better believe it. He's looking down, totally ashamed of his son right now. And he should be. And Bill, you should be treated like a leper when you do that, especially coming from places where we came from, neighborhoods and cities like ours, Italians, people in those lifestyles. You shouldn't be accepted after that, man. You should not be accepted.
Consequences, I accept them. I think the world has lost that. I think it's your turn to talk. Your father says you have a message.
What's his message? I'll tell you what his message is. Please help me in my YouTube channel and help me get on a reality show. Help me make money. I don't want to be looked at as a rat no more. Well, that's Bill. You should have thought of that before you became an informant. And then when you came on YouTube after being an informant, you started calling other people rats, laughing at people in jail, the whole nine, hanging with that sex predator and the rest of those animals.
Go ahead, Bill.
Come on, Bill. Get it out.
And you find
Get it out, dude. I'm trying not to be mean and cruel about this because I understand these people lost their dads, and I will light a candle for both of their fathers when I go to church next Sunday. But I am not going to be nice, especially to this scumbag. Bill's not a nice guy. I've seen Bill in action on here, on YouTube. Shit that you didn't see, Chris.
when you reached out back and you let me know that story, all the memories that I had with you, with my father, everything came flooding back all at once. One of the things that stands out is one night we had a place, it was a place called Pastels in Brooklyn.
Heard about it.
And Rudy has passed on, and his sons, may they all rest in peace.
I don't know who Rudy is, but I hope you didn't put him in jail. Hope you didn't put him in the can, or his brother, his sons.
Rudy was a great man.
I love them. He helped grow me up.
Anyhow, he's a good man. And so we're in the
My man,
And wow, like he can't even stay composed without trying to bust out crying. That's why I call him Whiny Bill, because he's always crying and shit. He's a phony, man. This is all phony, fake shit. I don't know how these people cannot see through this bullshit. Like I said, man, especially this guy, he's not an informant and shit. He's like a reality type of dude. I don't like reality shows and all that shit, but still, he's not a rat or informant. His father was a great guy. He should not be accepted. This sets a terrible precedence. And I hope no other decent folk do this shit and platform these lying informants.
my mentor's son was there and Billy was there. And I just had to be unfortunate enough to be there and have to look out for them by accident.
Yeah, and something had popped off inside, and I really don't recall the specifics of what had happened, but
You recalled a lot of Pacifics for the government, though. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you. Billy said he flipped for his dad and then does a podcast saying his father was a sadistic child abuser, and that's why his family doesn't talk to him. Are you serious, Agnostic? I didn't know that. Billy said he flipped for his dad and then goes on and does a podcast saying his father was a sadistic child abuser. Are you serious? Why would he say that about? What do you mean, that his dad beat him up or something, or was too hard on them? Because there's no way his father was a child abuser. Hell no. Wow, what a sick fuck. This dude is not, he's crazy, this guy. This guy is crazy. Like I said, here he is crying. I'm sorry. I should have never been a rat. I should have never called the cops. It's so bad. I should have never. Anything for a buck, Tom. Yes. No, he didn't rat on his father. No, his father passed away.
Mark was outside. That's Rudy's son, and these
Make sure you hit the like button, everybody, and come back and leave a comment too.
guys came out and they approached him. They didn't just approach him
Oh wow! All right, now
with their hand.
yeah, where was that on? Do you know where that episode is? Where I can find that? What podcast was that on? And I says, yes, absolutely. That's what he said. Wow, what a fucking weirdo. This guy is crazy. I always knew he was nuts because, like I said, every time he can't say two sentences without crying.
They approached him with something else. Here comes Chris.
They were going to hurt him
Right.
dead,
Yeah,
mortally.
yeah.
And they were serious guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, those are government teeth right there. Those are government teeth. We've seen a lot of the informants on YouTube with government teeth. The feds sure take care of their teeth.
And here comes Chris. I don't know where he came from. I mean, he's a little guy. I mean, you can miss him. So he comes flying by, and next thing I know,
And I want to see what
He-
Agnostic said. Hold on. He said when he was a kid, his dad used to make him wait in the basement for an hour and beat him like a man. Yeah, that's weird. Even if his dad did put him in the basement to punish him, that's not child abuse. And his father came from the old generation where you hit kids. My dad used to beat my ass too. You know what? I thank my dad. He's dead now, but I thank him when I pray to him. I thank him for being so hard on me, right? For all the beatings, I thank him for it. My father was born in 1934, so all my friends my age, my dad was old enough to be their grandfather. So they came from a generation where, you know, they hit kids. You shouldn't do that now. I wouldn't hit my kids, right? But they gave kids beatings back then. You caught a beating when you fucked up back then. I remember being a little kid catching my hand in the door at 5 or 6 years old and crying like a little chooch. My father giving me scoffs for it. Act like a man.
somehow disarmed the guy, took the piece right off him, Guys take off in a car. They hit him. He goes up about 10, 15 feet in the air.
What is he talking about? I thought he was going to say, I'm so sorry to be a rat. This is just war stories. Thank you, Kane. The ones that play nice are the worst ones. Yeah, I agree, dude. Yes. The little snitch bitches that play nice are the worst ones. They are. They're the little behind the scenes scumbags. They're all scumbags.
And comes down like Jackie Chan. Lands on his feet. Now, imagine you're standing there. Now, especially if
This is glazing right here. Now he's trying to glaze him and stroke his ego. This is fucking sad.
guys like Gus, you ain't expecting that. You're expecting guys just to be duking it out until, No. So he comes landing down, and little did I know in the moment, both of his legs broke. That didn't stop him. He gets up, and he starts running after the car. I'm standing there.
Wow. He actually said no, he had to stay home from school because of the bruises. And his sister said it was bullshit. Yeah, I know his family doesn't like him. Do you know what stream that was on or what podcast that was on? So I'd like to check that out and stream it.
Like, what did I just see? It was as if, something you saw on television. You're like, nah, there's no way. Nah, there's no way.
And what a shame saying that about your dad.
Wait. But the point that I'm trying to make, is that is the type of guy that Christopher is.
Stop glazing.
Let me tell you something. When we spoke, finally, and I can't tell you, I cried.
No, I can believe you. I believe that.
I couldn't sleep for 2 nights. Not being able to wrap my head around the fact that I finally was able to reconnect with my brother. Now I know, and I knew that there was going to be some chastising, and there was right off the bat.
Chastising. What's up? Just chilling. Him saying, "Wow, you're bad. You shouldn't have ratted. You're bad for ratting." All right, let me throw an arm around you. What a shame. These people, man. It's like you really don't believe what you say. You can talk the talk, but walk the walk. If you say you don't like rats and informants, then stick with that. You don't like rats and informants. I don't care if they come to you crying, what. Like, stand on that shit. Because, like I said, what does it do? It tells these other rat bastards that, people will forgive me too and bring me on and help me promote my books and channels and all this stupid shit. Man, I just don't get it. Especially coming from like this guy Chris over here. He's not an informant, right? He's not no rat. And his father was a real stand-up fucking dude.
The first words out of Christopher's mouth were, "You know how disappointed I am in the decision you made."
Decision? You mean telling on people? Look how they try to downplay it, even with the wordplay.
I cannot condone that choice.
But he's condoning it right now.
At all. You could have came and spoke to me. You could have came and spoke to JS.
Right now he's saying initials. 7, 8 months ago, he was dropping names like you wouldn't fucking believe and telling old war stories and, like I said, calling people informants, putting fake wires on people.
But I think if I could remember back in those...
And how many times did he say he doesn't regret what he did? He did the right thing for his family, right? He did the right thing for Bill, he said. I did the right thing for me. Jesus Christ. I don't understand. He also said he walked up to Jackie DeRoss and said, I'm waiting to kill. Yeah, he said that on a stream. I seen that. He said he was going to kill the 2 guys that he thought killed his dad. And he walked up to them. And before he walked up to him, he seen like a rainbow in the sky. And it made him think of his children. So he said, I'm not going to do it. Then he was going to kill the other guy too. And then he looked up in the mirror and he seen like a twinkle in the sky or something. Always an excuse listen, you don't have to go. You don't have to go kill nobody. I'm not saying that, but don't come out here and act like you're a gangster. You're gonna kill the people, but some god changed your mind or something. No, you're not about that, and that's okay. You don't have to be, but shit, be yourself, man. Be the informant you are.
Moments. If I'm just being honest, and I'm always honest.
You're always honest, really. You're always honest. Jesus Christ. Well, why don't you tell Chris how I'm an informant, right? And how you were laughing at these poor bastards that were put in jail by other people like you, rats.
I don't think I would have listened to anybody.
Of course,
I wouldn't have done what.
You're a rat. You didn't want to go to jail. That's the bottom line. That's why rats tell they don't want to go to jail. That's why you shouldn't be involved in any illegal shit if you don't want to go to jail. It's easy. It's so easy.
I did, but I probably would have did something worse.
Oh, here he goes again. He would have killed people. Well, the worst thing you did was become an informant. Okay, that's the worst thing you did. He literally got because he wouldn't stop crying all the time on that. Yeah, he's a nutcase, man, and he's not a good person. He's an informant, and like I said, the guy was on all these rat channels, being very proud of a rat and the rat stance of what they did. They had to do it for them. They're not going to sit in jail. I'm not going to let them other suckers say, oh, what is it? There's no loyalty in that life. Everybody's not loyal, so I told on everyone. Why be loyal to people who are not loyal? You remember saying all those things, Whiny Bill, last year? Boy, your tune's changing right now. This don't sound like you from a year ago, Whiny Bill. The only similar thing is you're crying still.
And what if I would have got it wrong?
Billy, I would have made sure you did nothing. Even if I had to tie you up in a basement.
Yep, that's what I was about to say.
And then, you know what? After you tied him up in that basement, Chris, you would have got a charge for kidnapping, bro. After you tied if you would have tied Whiny Bill up, you would have got hit with a kidnapping charge. And if for 1 minute you don't think this guy would point at you in a courtroom and put you in jail, then I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Chris, obviously, what happened has happened, but had Billy come to you and told you what he was feeling and what he was thinking, and obviously, you have been in his shoes, you lost your father, what would you have told him?
Don't be a rat.
Well, I know I loved his father dearly. I loved him dearly.
But that's the life those guys got into. They all knew the stakes in that world, right? They all knew the stakes. They all know what they're getting into. That was told to me by a real gangster, R.I.P. Rudolph Sciarra, right? They all know the stakes that you get into when you sign up for that world. Nobody goes in thinking, oh, wow, this is all flowers and cheesecakes. No, they all know the stakes in that world. They all know how that world works. And the last thing you do is tell on people.
But to dishonor anybody in any way, there are no exceptions.
Well, Chris, you're making an exception right here for Whiny Bill, for Bill Cutolo Jr. You're making an exception for him, and that's not cool, dude.
There are no excuses,
But Bill did have excuses 6 months ago. Tell Bill, why don't Bill go on there and tell all the excuses he had? They're all dirtbags, backstabbers. Why should he stay loyal to people not loyal to him? And all that shit. And calling people fucking rats.
His father told me.
I'm just curious, are you going to platform all of Bill's friends, all of his rat friends too? Hope not.
His father knew his destiny. Anything happens to me, somebody comes and tells you, don't show any concern, say that's too bad. Don't ask any questions. And I'm sure he said the same to you.
He did.
So the fact
Bill didn't listen.
Billy had always butt heads with his father, I would have explained to him those are your father's wishes. And how you honor the dead is you respect them.
Yep. Yeah, that's how you honor the dead. You respect them and their wishes. You don't go tattling on people.
And I think he would have listened to those words. And had he didn't, I would have tied him up in a basement and kept him there.
And you would have been charged with kidnapping.
Here's my word.
That's facts.
Yeah,
That's facts. I know we could
I would
laugh
have
or giggle about it. No, he's
Because
serious.
let him explain to you that he's suffering, he's dead inside. You have these stool pigeons that kill, harm, destroy government assets. Well, you tell me if I'm wrong, okay?
Yeah, and he's one of them, man. Cutolo's one of them. Just like Sammy the Bull, that child-killing scumbag. Just like Michael Francis, another rat bass. Oh, but he's not a rat because he didn't rat on an Italian. He only ratted on Norby Walters, who was like a Jewish or fucking Anglo-Saxon. So that don't count. No, a rat's a rat. I don't give a fuck if you tell on an alien. If you rat out some Martian, you're still a rat.
And do you remember when your father used to go get a haircut every day, right? Every day like clockwork. Not once a week, every day at the barbershop, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. So in the middle of, do you remember when they tried to ambush him at the barbershop?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to give you the for instance. Greg Scarpa, COINTELPRO division of the FBI.
Yeah, Greg Scarpa, another huge fucking rat, just like Schmeagol. But people respect him for some weird reason because he killed a bunch of people. He was a dirty rat bastard, Greg Scarpa. And he also seduced Larry Mazza into a Greg Scarpa sandwich with Linda, fucking Greg, Linda, Larry, and him. Fucking sickos.
Set license to kill, to disrupt Italians or whoever violently, without a doubt.
Yes.
There is
And Bill's in their army. He's in that army. He's put blood, sweat, and tears and helped them hurt Italians, hurt his own people, put him in jail. And even after that, on YouTube, just a year ago, 7-8 months ago, a year ago, laughing at guys, stand-up guys who are in jail because of lying informants who were actually set up and calling other people rats. Bill is not a nice guy.
no doubt. Del Vecchio was his handler. Now, father's getting his hair cut. He comes out. They must have threw, I don't know, 800 shots at him. Am I right?
Yeah.
Greg Scarpa Sr., Imbriali, Embrazini, Quattarici, Pate, Pellegreco, Mully. 7 guys trying to kill your father, right?
See, look what a strong, tough bastard his dad was. Look at all these guys trying to kill his father, and his father didn't become no rat. R.I.P. to Bill Cutolo Sr., that's for sure. Like all these guys, how many other rats on here did they say, this guy was trying to hurt me? I thought they were going to hurt me, and I put him in. Oh, thank you, Teresa. #pals, Young Guns. How many other informants have we heard on here say, oh, they were going to hurt me, so I told on everybody? There's people trying to kill Bill Cutolo Sr., shooting at him and everything, and he still don't become a fucking rat bastard. Shout out to him in heaven. I'm going to light a candle for him next week.
Is that correct? Okay.
That's
Ambush
100% correct.
in the middle of the street on a quiet street in Brooklyn. Every one of them had a license to kill for the FBI. All informants.
Dirty bastard.
Every one of them.
So even a bigger reason not to have this guy on here, man. Even a bigger reason. There's just no excuses for this. And it's not me hating on the guy, Chris Columbo. It's just me just feeling like, what the fuck? More like disappointed, right? Because like I said, he's not an informant. His dad was no informant. His brothers are not informants. So why commiserate with this informant and help him? I don't care if you knew him before he was a rat and he went bad and you liked him and he's like a little bro or whatever. Like I said, one of my best friends started doing that. I'd cut them off. Once you do that, that's it.
Back in the, I think it was 60s, late 50s with Mississippi Burning. Is that correct? I think it was late 60s. J. Edgar Hoover says, send one of our Italian assets. And he tortured the guy to give up the bodies. That was a good thing, but he just liked to torture and kill. And this man was the Antichrist, the Grim Reaper, whatever you want to say.
He was a rat.
He killed Joe Brewster because he became a born-again Christian.
Wow.
That's abnormal.
Yeah, well, Greg Scarpa was a vicious pervert, vicious, sick, fucking trisexual pervert. Greg Scarpa was a huge, degenerate, fucking rat pervert. I don't care how many people he killed or whatever. He's a scumbag.
If you ask me, Greg Scarpa couldn't come and kill Bill Cutolo Sr. without those that was holding his reins, his permission to kill.
Yeah, and Bill Cutolo Jr. went to work for the FBI. He went to work for them. The same people who were helping Greg Scarpa and them try to kill his dad, he went to work for them. And he was very proud of that last year. He's very proud of that. No regrets, right, Bill? Right? They're all turncoats. They all betrayed me. There's no honor. I had to look out for me and my family. Fucking weirdo.
Permission. So the same people that came to you to hurt people, I don't believe tell you the truth.
No, they lie.
Had they told you we tried to kill your father when he was going to the barber shop with our asset and 7 or 8 more of them, would you have trusted them?
Yes, he would have. He would have still ratted. He would have still, Chris, he would have still told, because it's about not going to jail. Cutolo would have still ratted out whoever he ratted out. He would have still done it because you don't want to go to jail. That's the only reason rats tell, because they don't want to go to jail. So he would, even if they said, yeah, we backed Greg Scarpa and all that shit, he would have still done it. You think he would have went and done that time? No. And I only got a pinch for some like little bookmaking thing. He would have done maybe 4 or 5 years, if that. But like I told, rats are born.
No.
So
No.
I don't understand.
Yeah, right. He said no. Bullshit.
And why you would trust those people.
Because he's a fucking rat. He's a spineless coward. That's why, dude. He's a spineless coward.
Your father was a big boy. He died in the name of peace. Bill Cutolo died from the last bullet of the last battle of the last war as a soldier. That's what he did. And he did it for peace. And he could have rebelled. Who knows who killed him? Informants are saying what happened. There's more stories than you even know. When I was being transferred after I violated...
Somebody said, it seems like all the good ones get killed and die in jail. The scummiest people like Gravano and Scarpa glorified. Yeah, they glorify all the rats. That's what they do. They glorify all the stool pigeons. Mazza was a human condom for the Grim Reaper. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
The MDC. I was in Canaan.
See, he didn't tell. This guy's looked like he's been in a bunch of prisons and shit. He didn't tell on nobody. So honestly, Chris, shame on you for dealing with this guy, man, and doing 5 podcasts after this with him. So it's really, is it standing on principles of what you believe in, or is it just fuck it, let's make content and money? That's not cool, man.
Security penitentiary. By the way, I was the only guy that started a camp and graduated a penitentiary. That's not easy to do. But there was a guy.
Yeah, crying Bill shit all over his fellow. He shit all over, but nobody can take away what a good man his dad was. It's no reflection on the father that the son did what he did, you know. But Whiny Bill should not be out here on this channel, and they should not have him on here. He should be on the Rat Lovers channels.
Yeah, and we were on lockdown to Supermax, you know. So they never gave me anywhere I went my medication for the Lyme or my sleep apnea. So I disrupted people's store and could have died in my sleep. Might have, who knows. So the way it was set up, if you've been in jail, you know where the units are. Downstairs, it was a Hell's Angel. It was 2 cells next to the door under the staircase that you couldn't see, and the door out. The other door to come in was here, and I was upstairs here. You have to come down. I transferred.
That's it. Yeah, of course, this rat redemption is all about money. It always is. Yeah, well said. Well said.
The guy that was a roommate.
What is this channel most about? This guy Chris's channel mostly about. I've never. I will give it a dislike because I'm not gonna give a like to this, but I did link to the channel in the description, so I'm giving credit, fair use over here. Don't try to strike me. This was 5 months ago. Look at all these rat lovers. Priz to Billy. Always good to see Billy's a class act. Really, Joe? Was he a class act when he was putting fake wires on people and laughing at people in prison with his 7 other stool pigeon friends on stream? Give me a break. Rat lovers make me sick.
The guy in DC liked to talk. He just gotten, I think, convicted and got life, or just got convicted.
Yeah, everybody's accountable to themselves. Like, you shouldn't judge people for their father's sins. You shouldn't judge people for their son's sins neither, right? But yeah, he should. There's ramifications for doing shit. Like, you go to that world, you want to tell on people, then you should be shunned.
There's a fellow, Frankie Spracco, there. I don't think it was by accident.
It's a mob hump channel that talk about mob shit. Figures. The only one who don't do that is the skinny guy with his channel. He does sports and calls out rats. That's the only noble thing you can do.
And this fella went to
Frankie
jail
Blue
for
Eyes.
3 murders, confessed. I never trusted him. I'm going to tell you why. I always thought he was a rat. When I went to college.
Actually, what's up, man? Ken, who's this guy? Joe Columbo's son. His name's Chris Columbo. He's not an informant or nothing, but he's like one of those reality people, reality TV shows and all that. So obviously he's here selling out, right? And that's what this is, to be honest. I don't want to be mean, but this is selling out on your principles and your beliefs. Where's your Constitution, dude? Come on. He's a rat bastard. He's an informant rat. And once again, like I said, he was on here last year, all over these channels 7 months ago, calling people rats and those guys are bad. What I did was the right thing and all that shit.
I'm in Marist College, and I commuted. There's a kid on the hot in the Frankie Spracco.
I want to hear whiny Bill.
Your friends, my friends. I shouldn't talk. Let me get the fuck out of here.
Let
Fella
whiny
Jr.
Bill talk.
was sending words out to do this kind of stuff. Father, you here? Let me ask you something. Do you feel good about what you did?
Absolutely
Bill?
not.
Well,
Yeah.
look at him. Did you feel bad what you did? Absolutely not. This is not what he said last year. This is not what he said last year. Boy, his tune changed, you fucking sissy. Your tune changed big time, man. What the hell?
I talked to you, but I did it openly. I looked clandestine, no agenda. Had a dream, Father. You here? Yes.
All right, but this wasn't all right. I would even disagree with this one show, but you did 5 more streams after this, right?
Do you feel good about what you did?
Absolutely
Bill?
not.
In any which way?
Yeah, absolutely not. Wah, 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 wah. But 6 months ago, I said I did. 6 months ago, that world's treacherous and backstab, and I got to look out for my family, calling other people rats. Cheering on why people put up people's little children and dead family members, cheering that shit on. And that's what whiny Bill did.
Absolutely not.
All right. Anytime I ever see that, if it saves
That's
one,
all you're going to do is say sorry, right? So it doesn't matter who he puts in jail, who he tells on. All you're going to do is say sorry. That's it. One fucking word that means absolutely nothing. How do you think the people that he put in jail feel?
kid for making that mistake, and you're going to tell your story, whatever it is. I don't
Being
know.
rewarded, Chris. You're actually rewarding Bill for this, which is not cool, man. The fuck? Put it this way: Bill Cutolo Sr., if he could talk to you from heaven, would say, "Get him off the channel."
Oh, I never listened to it. I had the line pretty bad, and I had my own fight with the feds that went on forever. And I saw what informants did to me.
You see what informants did to you? Well, he's done that to other people. That's why you should not deal with informants. But I guess views and money override integrity and beliefs.
And Caesar was killed by an informant. All he had on it, threw him out of his car and took it. All you had was a check made out of me and it went over the thing. They knew the informant killed him.
Richie says, do all rats have fake teeth? Yes, it's the FBI dental program, Richie. Yes. They all get fake teeth from the government, fake everything. Fake faces like Schmeagol, the child killer, Sammy.
Because he was informing for them. And to catch me for bookmaking, I never liked the kid. So went over to why it was me. I paid for the funeral.
What's up, Roscoe?
They ransacked the mother's house, told her it was me. You just knew it was, it comes out. I didn't know who did it at the time. Shot him in the eye. I loved him like a brother.
The government spent $50K to fix A-Light's teeth. Jesus.
The whole night, so his mother would have an open casket, massaging the right side of his face, bring the swelling and reverse the casket. And this animal shot him at point blank range for no reason. Maybe he found the wire, maybe he knew he was an informant. Nobody knows what the story is. But the point of the matter is, at his trial, he mentions, but let's go forward. So the agents go to the mother's house, upstate by me, and they tell her I did it. Because they searched the house.
Rat bastards.
And I paid for the funeral. I didn't see it till that day because it was relative. Right?
I've never told anybody about the horror story of agreeing to work.
What? Yeah, you did. He was on. What do you mean? I never told anybody the horror story beginning to work for the FBI. What are you talking about? You were bragging about being an FBI informant last year. What are you talking about, dude?
Right?
I've never told anybody about the horror story of agreeing to work.
Jesus. Look, you can't even talk. Shed a tear for me, sissy. I can't stand the sissy. And I got a personal reason. This sissy right here, this rat sissy was calling me a fucking rat. He was saying that I was an informant. My name's Nicholas Colacone. Go look me up. I'm no fucking informant. This guy is a little whiny bitch, man.
They're not honorable.
What? He just said informants are not honorable. What about your 7 friends? What about Howie and Frank and all your rat friends? What about the Ripper? What about all your rat buddies? They're not honorable. Jeff Lohman, that little snitch. What about them?
They take advantage of people when they're at their lowest point.
Wow. The
When they see-
hypocrisy. Holy shit. Whiny Bill. Do you fucking flip the script? Wow. Wow.
Someone broken inside and angry.
Now he's blaming, I was angry and broke inside. That's why I told on everybody. No, you told on people because you're a weak informant who your type of revenge is getting people arrested. Your revenge is this. That's your revenge. That's the revenge of an informant.
And I've said this
Every time. Wah, wah, wah. What's up, Bane? Oh, my God.
for many, many years, but I've kept it under my four walls or within.
CA? I don't know. I don't know. I don't answer calls that I don't know the thing. Let me run that back. 1 second. What's he saying?
For many, many years, but I've kept it under my four walls or within my 4 walls, I should say.
What?
But I've seen it up close and personal of the lies, and I'm not joking. If they want,
Come on, tell on your Fed handlers. The lies, like I said, 7 months ago, this guy was on there with all these other rat informants doing streams and podcasts with them. Go listen to them. Go listen to those shows.
I don't want to see
if
you put
anybody
yourself in a
wanted to,
predicament.
yeah,
Why you don't understand why he put himself in that predicament? Because he's a rat.
yes. If anybody wants,
You're referring to the
Law enforcement.
COINTELPRO division here.
Yep. Nothing was true. Nothing was honest. And they
And why'd you go through with it then? If nothing was honest, it was like, why'd you go through it? Because, like I said, when you're mad and you want to get revenge, call the cops, put everybody in jail, call people informants, call people rats. Like, all I did was call you out for being a rat, and then you went on to tell people I'm an informant. Fucking lying rat bastard. Laughing at good men who were set up and framed and put in jail. Oh, you were giggling a whole bunch about Maddie Madonna and Creer and Caldwell and them getting fucking thrown in jail by Frank Rat Squaw and Panisi, your buddy Ghost Boy. You had no problem with that. You were giggling. You thought that was funny on stream with those other 5 or 6 stool pigeons.
do not care about you. They do not care. They care about their job, and they care about where it's going to take them if they can get you to flip.
And they did get you to flip. They got you to flip like a fucking a hamburger.
That's all they care about. And like I said, I would share a screen. Nah, I wouldn't.
Wait, what?
But if I had to let them know, I
Did
would.
you say he won't share a screen with a what? An informant? You're on stream with them all the time. I haven't seen you around on the rat streams in about 6-7 months, but 6-7 months ago, a year ago, everybody in this chat, everybody's seen whiny crying Bill over here on those streams.
I would. But Chris, like you just said, if I had a chance to do it all over again,
Yeah, you know what? Everybody wants a do-over, right? There's no do-overs. There's no do-overs. It's what you do, and then you got to suffer the consequences for what you do in life.
absolutely not. That's on, I don't swear on my children. I swear on myself. I'll swear on my own eyes. Never in a million years. Never in a million years. Especially if my dad was still alive.
Oh, man, these guys are making... Jesus Christ.
I go to jail and do 100 years.
You sure you would? Sure you would. How many years was he looking at anyways for a bookmaking charge? What, he would have done maybe 4 or 5 years, or maybe he got a 10-piece and did 4 of it, if that, because they would have want to hurt him because he's Bill Cutolo's son, so they would have probably gave him a little extra time, right? He would have probably done like 7-8 years in prison, and he would have got out with his reputation intact. But you threw that all away. You threw that all away to get even and call your cop friends. Like, I don't care if I sound harsh or not. This is disgusting. Shame on Chris Columbo for dealing with this guy, man. It's not cool. This is disgusting. This guy's a dirty rat bastard who's still at his, just 7 months ago, he's doing his rat shit again, putting fake wires on people, calling people rats, giggling and paying money for channels to go put up people's family members.
Without question. Because that's the way I was raised.
The way you were raised. But you turned on the way you were raised. Did the opposite.
And that's why I am still tortured to this day, because I know.
If you were really sorry about what you did, Bill, you wouldn't be on YouTube. You wouldn't be on YouTube on all those rats channels, all those sexual abusers channels also, putting fake wires on people, or be on this channel. You should just go hide your head somewhere. But you want to be a reality star. You want to be a movie star. That's what all you rat bastards want to do. Reality shows and movies. Rewrite history. Tell your rat side of things. Shame on all you rats.
Look, at the end of the day, people will say, you helped them find your father.
Wow, he did?
Maybe so.
Wow, he helped them find his father? The feds or something? What?
At what cost? I would have found out one way or the other.
What do you mean by that? I don't.
Because
What do you mean by he helped them find his dad? I don't understand that part. What's up, Danielle Bain? My arm is bigger than his neck. Teeth made piano keys. Yeah, he's a sick dude. He's trying to suck his way into good standing. Yes, Jeffrey, that's all these informants do. They try to find somebody with a weak constitution who is willing to forgive these informants. He looks like he could be related to Lefty. Yeah, they do look alike. Both of them are rat-loving bastards also. And and other people that fucking slander, put fake wires on people, dox people, put up their dead family members. All rat lovers.
As history has shown me, I would have found out. Probably more sooner than later. So, no, I would not ever do that again. But you see,
What again? Tell on people again? Once again, you can't redo the past, man. You did what you did.
the thing is that if you never involved,
His dad was buried in a basement. R.I.P. to his dad. What's up, Nick? His dad was a good guy, but he's not a good guy.
on doing wrong things, then you won't have to worry about ever being tortured.
That's right. If you're not doing nothing wrong, you don't have to worry about going to jail. But if you are doing something wrong and you get arrested, well, go to jail. Don't tell on people to save your own ass. That's what I can't. Everybody tries to split hairs with these. The rat did it because the people weren't giving him money. Mikey Scars, that fucking rat bastard. He says that no excuses, right? His channel, his hypocrite Curious George fucking channel says no excuses, but he's got a fucking excuse. They shelved me, so I told on people. All these rats got their excuses and they try to split hairs. The bottom line is you didn't want to go to jail and you told on people. And you all come out and go on YouTube, try to make movies, reality shows. Disgusting.
Over the fact, do I go find my father and help the people that I was raised to barely even say hello to? And even that was frowned upon. Or go about life.
You should have went about life. You shouldn't have joined Team FBI.
Be happy, love God. Be happy with your family, love your family.
Yeah, but you didn't want to go to jail and you wanted to tell on people, man.
And you ain't got to worry about that. But there's so much more. There's so much more. But
You believe they gave a shit about you or your father or your children or anybody else?
No, they didn't. And he knew that. He knew they didn't care about him. He didn't want to go to jail, Chris. That's the same thing with all these rats. So that's what it comes down to, these rat bastards. They did not want to go to jail. It's not that they got shelved or this or that, because they could have came home and just moved to another city and, move somewhere else. No, they didn't want to go to jail. That's why they told.
Do you feel they were compassionate for what happened to you or empathetic?
they could care less. They could care less.
And look, this is a broken man, right? This is a man without a country. This is a broken man. What's up, Italian Stallion? Because even though that Chris Columbo is dealing with him right here and helping him and all that, do you think Chris would really trust him and hang out with him, let him in his house or trust him? I highly doubt it.
Kind of like, maybe I could just touch upon just a little bit. Chris brought something to my attention that I never really thought of. I mentioned it earlier, but
What's up, Cuban B? What's up, bro?
what if I would have gotten it wrong? When I say gotten it wrong, because
Yeah, what do you mean by getting it wrong?
at first, and Chris knows this,
I'm a pretty bright guy, but I know if there's a liar in the chain and there's an informant, it serves their purpose. Destroy everybody.
Yep.
How do you trust them?
Yeah, how do you trust Bill?
Why'd
then?
you trust me? I always told you the truth. It wouldn't hurt you.
And I'm going to ask you, Chris, how do you trust Bill right here? Why would you even give him this platform, dude? Why would you even talk to him and sully your own name by talking with him? It's crazy.
I give you the right advice. Now, there were extenuating factors.
I didn't want anyone to tell me, don't go do that.
What?
And JS,
You couldn't went and tell, hey, guys, I'm going to go to the FBI and tell on people. Everybody would have been like, what are you, fucking crazy? He's not going to tell no one that.
and I forgot to mention this, but JS, I think it was the following Saturday, where he just said to me, And in the way we always spoke. I hate the word using cryptic, but I understood his message. And his message basically was, some of these people are just no good. Junior,
A lot of people in your life are no good, but that
Yep.
shouldn't make you less than who you are or who you.
Exactly. Well said, Chris. Well said. There's a lot of people out there that's no good, but that don't mean to go betray what you believe in. You betray your core beliefs. Well, then stay away from the no good people or something, right? Or leave the state, right? If you're some fucking, let's say you were involved in that lifestyle years ago and you don't like what's going on, well, before you become a rat, pack up your bags and move away, right? Nobody's going to give a fuck. Matter of fact, they'll probably be happy that you're gone. You didn't tell on nobody and they can take whatever action you have.
Father raised you to be. Remember that. I don't like everybody, I doubt, but I treat everybody the same as the best I could.
Whiny Bill don't. Whiny Bill calls people informants and everything like that.
Not let anybody make me less than who I am. And I know in my heart what's right or wrong.
And this is wrong right here. Platforming this guy is wrong.
You had people on both sides pushing you. Hard, I know it. Hard.
Well, then why didn't Whiny Bill, Cutolo Jr., be a fucking man? Be a man. Don't let other men persuade you what to do. Fucking idiot. And he was persuaded to what? Run to the fucking FBI.
And there's a moment of truth in everyone's life.
Hold on. David asks, is that how he really looks or is that a disguise? No, that's how he really looks.
I had that moment of truth a lot of times,
And you didn't tell on nobody. You didn't put people in jail, but Bill did. And there should be consequences for that. Bill should not be platformed.
But I wouldn't make the worst day of my life empower me. And I never wanted anybody else to feel my pain.
But Bill did.
So it's one of the reasons I jumped in front of the car. Because I know it's worse to lose a child than a father. It's natural. Lose your parents, not natural. Lose a child.
Did this guy lose a child? If he did, sorry about your child. That sucks. Poor kid.
And you were there, right? It came close to me, getting riddled, that Greg Scarpa opened up on me. I meant to jazz over the wall with him. You know that? I jumped in front of him. I threw him over the wall. That he was an old man. And
Jeffrey Miller said Bill Cutolo looks like a Ken doll that was thrown in a microwave. Well, they were calling him Fire Marshal Bill for a while.
that story we'll get into later on. And I know who sent him. What was I trying to do? Protect an old man? Gonna kill an innocent old man? That was an FBI asset handled by Del Vecchio.
Yeah, all those feds and their handlers are scumbags.
Well, saying right now, look, there is no excuse.
Wait, but Bill, you had a lot of excuses 8 months ago. You had a whole bunch of them. And has Whiny Bill been on any of those rat channels lately? Because I'm going to go find one of those videos and make another video chopping up with Whiny Bill says right here. That's amazing.
There is no excuse. I was shelved. This was taken from me.
Right, there is no excuses. I was shelved, Mikey Scares. Imagine that Mikey Scars is a slippery, dirty motherfucker, Mikey Scars. I can't stomach him. Gary Shanlin looking motherfucker. I was shelved. That's the only reason I told on people. Well, that child killer, Sammy Gravano. John Gotti was going to blame me for it. That's why I told, which Gotti wasn't going to do that, number one. Number two, you just want to tell on people. There's no excuses. These guys did not want to go to jail. It's the bottom line.
This guy was looking to kill me first, so I had to. There is no.
Yeah, he's going full Caitlyn. He's going full Caitlyn Jenner right here.
excuse.
But see what he's saying right here? I agree with him right here. There's no excuses. But this is not what he said last year on Pole Smoke's channel, on all those fucking rat lovers channels. That's not what he says. Last year, there was no excuses. He says those guys had to do what they had to do because there's no honor in that life. So I had to look out for me and my family. What happened to that, Bill? What happened there? You're changing your tune because you're trying to glaze Chris Columbo over here and kiss his ass to push your fucking whatever channel you got going, or fucking movie you want to make, or reality stupid show you want to go on. Dude, honestly, if you really are sorry for what you did, you would disappear from social media where people wouldn't have to listen to your rat stories or nothing like that, dude.
You do not work with the government. Period. There is no, you cannot have.
And that's coming from a guy who worked with the government. Jesus Christ. And if you are truly sorry, then disappear off of the fucking social media. Honor your father by that. Because your father was a good man, and RIP to him. I would have lighted a candle this week for both of their dads. But this is a fucking sham right here. This is an oxymoronic stream. I think Chris Columbo looks like an idiot. All due respect, pal. But you look like a nutcase right now. And a hypocrite, dude. Platforming this guy. And I get it. Your dads were tight. You knew him forever. There's no excuse, though. Once they go back to put people in jail and tell on people, you can't rehabilitate these rat bastards. It's wrong.
Step at all. So that's why I am tortured, because I know that I hurt the guys that were brothers to me.
All right, but last year on those rats channels, you were giggling and laughing. You were calling me an informant. You were calling other people informants. You thought it was funny that Madonna was in the can and Stephen Crea because of some rat fucking lying informants told on him. You were giggling when they were all making jokes about it. You were laughing when they were putting my friend's dead mother up on screen. You were giggling on that little cunch channel. You thought that was funny. Then put my friend's dead mom up there. Then put my dead sister up. You thought that was a hoot. You thought that was so funny. I'm glad you're tortured. I hope you suffer every day of your life for what you did. I hope you suffer inside.
For an agency that didn't give two craps about me.
Why don't you have this conversation with your 7 rats on panel? I want to see how your rat friends react to you talking like this. And all the tears and queers you want to throw ain't going to help. Shame on all of you for platforming these disgraziad, man. That's what they are, disgraziad. Fucking, basta.
And I didn't start really thinking about it. Maybe it was just blissful putting it out.
I didn't start really thinking about it until I wanted to get on Chris Columbo's channel and thought maybe he could help me become a movie star or something like that. Or to write a book. These fucking guys.
Out of my mind. But it wasn't until Chris and I started speaking. And like I said to you earlier, I lost sleep for a couple of nights. There was half of me that was so happy that I got to speak with Chris.
And you got the opportunity to fucking maybe have another reality show or write a book, make a movie, or maybe jump on there with all your other rat friends. That's why you abandoned the rats the last 6 months, because you're trying to rehabilitate yourself. I wonder if Chris Columbo's seen you, or he would care if he's seen you on all those rats channels, laughing at people, calling people rats, laughing at their dead mothers. You fucking crumb.
And hopefully I can have a relationship with him.
Imagine that. If you fucking tell on people, then you want to go have relationships with people. It's amazing.
I'm dead man walking. I'm dead man walking, pal. You don't have a relationship with me.
Yeah, dead man walking.
He doesn't want to listen. If I keep asking, please stop saying that. Look, your plight is not done here.
I already died twice. Send me back. I'm almost done with what I got to do. I did tell you. I told the doctor I was going to die that day, right?
This is what I've been told, yeah.
Yeah. Told people who went to the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
I was laughing when I was dying. I said, I told you so. I have no fear. It's happened to me a few times. To tell you the truth, most of what I love is on the other side. My job's almost complete here.
Well, then, well, hopefully you stick around for a lot longer. But man, stop having these informants on. It's what are you doing, dude?
I will see your father again before you do. That's for sure. I'll be happy to see him. I miss him. Loved him. We had a unique relationship, but you know. I mean, I used to break his balls a lot.
If you
I mean,
could apologize
you know.
to him before I get a chance. I mean, I've tried from here.
I think he hears you. When I showed up, I'm not going to apologize for you, but remember, Billy, as a parent, your successes is yours, your failures are your parents. And I think he's equally tortured. And yeah. My upset with you was, A, these people are no good.
They're not good. How can you be not upset with them now? I don't get these guys, man. Well, I do get it. It's all about clicks and views and shit like that, right? Constitution, integrity, belief system out the window, right? Give me a click, give me a view, give me a buck. Unfucking believable. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm out of here. The channel links in the description. So, and this is fair use. So if you want to come on and do some rap move and try to strike me or something like that, it's just fair use. I have every right to criticize this stool pigeon. Guys like this put my family members in jail. I don't like them. They put other people's family members in jail. They put people in jail and ruin people's lives. These are all grown men who get involved with shit. They know the stakes and the status, and they choose to be government fucking rats. And they're wrong. And Chris, you are wrong for platforming this guy. But God bless both of their dads, the Joe Columbo and Bill Cutolo Sr. All right. And I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Come back, leave a comment, hit the like button for me.